So next we're going to talk about managing an event. So you've now built an event and you want to be able to go in and manage it. So what you're looking at here is the live event dashboard. So as events happen, you'll be able to see certain information populate onto this live dashboard, and this will be a great tool to monitor your events. I'm going to show you another event that has a more active dashboard. Seeing that I just created this event with you, it is not very active, but I will show you one in a few minutes. I'm going to come up to these buttons up here at the top. Now, I know we created this event and you can publish it and still make edits to it. Once you publish the event, your event registration links are now live. That means that if you send them out to your audience, they are live links and people can start to register. When you come into the share button, you're going to see here that we have a combined link, organization registration link, attendee registration link, and an attendee registration event code. Now, I do not recommend using the combined link. I would recommend clicking on organization link. You can see that it copied it to my clipboard, and now I can go paste that into my invites to my companies. When you're ready to invite your job seekers, same thing, click on attendee link, copies it to my clipboard, and now I can go paste it in my marketing material or my invites. We also offer you an event QR code for your attendee registrations or job seeker registrations. Now, the reason that we don't want to use the combined link is that if I click over here to registration page, this is going to allow you to go look at your registration pages to make sure that they look okay before you send them out. Now, when I click on to registration page, this is a combined link. So it is going to send out to your audience and say, tell us who you are, and we'll direct you to the right registration page. We often see organizations thinking that they are attendees and registering on the wrong side of the platform. That's why we say and recommend attendee links to attendees, organization links to organizations, and not using the combined link option. But if you want to come in and take a look at your registration pages, click on attendee and continue. And now you can come in and look at your registration page. You can see all of your early access, live time, late access, closing times. All of this will be in here. You'll be able to see your event timer and then your information that you're giving to an attendee. If I click on the back button and go to an organization, I can now also see what an organization registration page looks like and make sure everything looks okay. Now, for you to register your own booth into your own events, what you're going to want to do, remember under settings, we built a booth here under my organization, but you do have to register your booth to every event that you attend. So you are signed in as you can see that up in the top right corner. You'll click register for event, and then you will be walked through the setup wizard just like any other company. You will follow that all the way through to the final step, hit complete registration in that final step, and then your booth has been added to that event. You always have the ability to go back in and edit any event that you've created, even after it's been published. If I click on edit, this will allow me to go back in and start to edit anything that I did in my general data, my registration page setup, or my categories. The only thing that you will not be able to edit, and this is very important, is once a date starts, whether it be early access or live time, once that time and date has come, that cannot be changed. Your event has gone live. So just be very careful with dates. You just want to make sure that you are ready to go for the dates that you have selected, because once that date starts on 10/28 at 11 a.m., that event has started and we cannot change this time. Now, the other thing that you're going to see up here is to lobby. So you always have the ability to go into your events as a attendee. This is great if you want to go in and visit booths and say, hey, thanks for being part of our event. We appreciate you. If you just want to go in and take a look and see how things are coming along, you do not need to register as an attendee. You're just going to click to lobby, and that's going to take you into your own event as an attendee. So this is the event that we just built together. You can see here, I've got my categories, Northern and Southern Florida. And if you remember under Help Desk, I created a multi-layer here. And if I click Help Desk, there's my next layer, Resume Assistance and Event Assistance. Now I'm going to switch over here really quickly to another event that has some data in it, just so you can see what it looks like with some actual data. So you're going to see here that I have the registration down at the bottom. This is going to show you, and I don't have much to show here because once again, this is a tutorial event, but you're going to see here that I had on this date 126 organizations register and 5 attendees. And I can slide along and see on every day what happened as far as attendee registrations and organization registrations. Now, once my event is live, I'm also going to be able to see booth activity. This is going to give me the times of my event and when my event was the busiest based on booth visits. You're also going to be able to see how many attendees have registered, how many are active in your event at this moment, how many logged in versus did not log in, and then that is going to give you your attendee percentage rate. Now you have the same thing for organizations. And then right below that, you're going to see top jobs. This is going to take every job that was in your event in every single booth, and it is going to give you the top 5 based off of resume submissions. You're also going to be able to see your top 5 booths based off of booth visits. So you'll be able to see who was the busiest. You're going to be able to see your category visits and then the top experiences that candidates listed in their profiles. You will be able to see the top 5 most commonly picked top experiences. You're also going to be able to see how many resume submissions you received. And then if the recruiters do disposition their candidates, you'll be able to see the interview and hire dispositions here. You're going to be able to see how many chat conversations happened, and then how many messages back and forth in those conversations. Now, if I move up here, this is the details page we just looked at. And if I slide over here to organizations, this is going to show you every single organization that is registered to your events. Now, you're also going to be able to see a percentage completion so that when you're doing a walkthrough of your event, you can come through and see who has completed their event, their booth, and who has not. Now, my event here, most of the booths are already fully 100% complete, which is a good thing to see. But I believe I've got one in here that is not. And nope, they are all complete. But if you did see one that was not complete, it would be a different color. So there would be like an orange or a red. And when you hover over their percentage completion, it will show you exactly what is missing. So for example, let's say that I was looking at beach properties and it was in the yellow at 60%. it would tell me that, hey, logo's missing or job postings are missing. And then you can reach out to those companies to have them complete their information. You also get a list of attendees. So you will see every single attendee that has registered for this event. You'll be able to see their booth visits, their conversations, and then you also get to go into their profile. By clicking on the arrow off to the side, I can go right into these candidates' profiles and view them. Now, the attendee list here, you're all, as well as the organization list, are going to have column and filters. So I can come in here and I can make these columns kind of fit what the information that I'm looking for by checking off anything on the side. Same thing with my attendees. If I wanted to come into my columns and say, wait, I want to see their email address, you can see that that column just got added. Maybe I wanted to see their registration date. That information just got added, and you can customize these however you would like. Same thing with your filters. You can come in if you're looking for a specific job seeker. You can say, hey, I'm going to go by name. It contains, and then my filter value is going to be Jared. And I search, excuse me, you'll see I pulled up one Jared in my event. All right, so then that brings us to reports. So we offer 4 reports to a host. We have the event summary. This is going to be a global look at your event for every company that has been in your event and what their activity was. The job seeker report is going to list every job seeker and their activity. The jobs report is going to be a list of every single job posting from every company with a list of who applied to those positions. And then the resume report is going to give you a list of all registered attendees that had a resume attached to their profile. When you want to pull these reports, just click off the report, click on generate, and they will generate off to the side. Now, when looking at these reports, the event summary report, this is going to once again give you all of your company data. At the top of this report, you're going to see here that you're going to have some totals of how many registered attendees, how many visited, total booth visits, total conversations and messages, total resume submissions versus the job postings and vacancies. Now, here is a list of all my companies, all of their emails, phone numbers. I can also see, if I slide over just a little bit here, I can see their activity. So I can see how many total visits that booth had, and I can see how many unique visits. Now, total visits is going to be people going in and out of a booth multiple times. A unique visit just counts the individual. So if I went into a booth 5 times, the total would be 5, the unique would be 1. You can also see the chat conversations. And once again, this is a tutorial event, so the numbers aren't really filled in here, but you can see the chat conversations, the messages back and forth, resume submissions versus the total job postings and vacancies. Now, if I go back here to the job seeker report, this is just going to give you the opposite. It is going to give you your job seeker data. So you're going to have your job seekers, oops, second here, wrong report. You're going to have your job seekers' first and last name, email, phone number, what they had listed in their profile as far as experience, the answers to your job seeker registration questions. So this is that data that you were looking for, how many unique visits and total visits these job seekers did. And then you can see off to the side, it'll tell me exactly what booths this job seeker visited. Now you can see here that I have some zeros. This means that this job seeker did not sign in. So sometimes adding a filter in here, you can You can add a filter under the unique visits. And then I can filter out all of my zeros, and that's going to tell me the job seekers that did not show up to the event. Now your jobs report, this is going to give you a workbook that will show every company that was in your event with the jobs they had posted and who applied to those positions. So you're going to see the first one in the workbook is all. This is going to list every company and every job. But maybe I wanted to come in here and just look at a company specific. So I go to ElectroHub. I see that they had 2 vacancies for a project manager. Josh Jackson applied. And I can reach then out to this company and say, hey, ElectroHub, I see Josh applied to your project manager position. Have you made a hire? And then the last report is just your resume report. This is just going to give you a list of every resume that every candidate had posted to their profile. All right, the one last thing we have is to cover the cloning feature. And let's just say that this event went great. You want to redo it again next month. You have the ability to copy this event. When I click on clone, I have an option here to clone this event with no companies being brought over, or I can copy all of the companies that were with the past event over to the new event, and they will be pre-registered into the event already. Once I hit clone event, a new event has been created. I just need to make sure that I go in and adjust my early access time, live time, late access time, and then you can publish your new cloned event. Now, when you are doing an event, you also have the ability to send out broadcast messaging. So if this event is ongoing right now, I can come down to the bottom corner when I'm in my manage event and click on this small mail symbol. When I click on the mail symbol, I get to select my audience. Do I want this to go to everybody, just organizations, or just attendees? So let's say that I wanted to go to all. And I'm going to do a thank you for joining us today. Okay, so I'm going to type in my message. I'm going to hit send. And then that broadcast message goes out to every candidate and every organization in the event. Now, if I go back over to my job seeker profile, you can see right here, thank you for joining us today. We appreciate your participation. That message came to the job seeker as well as my recruiters. Well, thank you for taking the time to go through the host training. Hope you found this helpful. And remember, we are always here to help you in any way we can. We look at our relationship as a partnership, and your client success manager is always there to support you. Please reach out with any questions. Thank you.